Bitcoin continues its massive bullish momentum, breaking 65, 66, 67, and now $68,000 all in one day. Some are saying 72,000 is the next price point. And scumbag regulator Gary Gensler delays the BlackRock Ethereum ETF. What does this mean? And Gary is also getting a favorable ruling from a judge in the SEC Coinbase insider trading lawsuit. This is significant as it relates to the XRP lawsuit and secondary sales of tokens on exchanges. We're going to break this down and much more. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. It supports the podcast and it doesn't cost you anything. Well, folks, we got to start with Bitcoin. It is going crazy. Folks, it broke 65, 66, 67, and now $68,000. At the time of recording, it's at $68,532, going insane. Folks, I think all your charts, all your analysis, all your thesis have been thrown out the window, because if this thing was moving like previous cycles, it would have already pulled back significantly. Not to say the bull market would be over, just pulling back and building support levels, but it continues to go parabolic. I mean, look at the daily chart. Look at these green candles. My goodness, man. And it's broken all the Fibonacci models where, usually you see a retracement, but it's just going and going and going. Here's what one analyst, Crypto Wizard, is saying. Breaking. 5 days later, Bitcoin smashes the $66,000 record or price point, as I called it. $72,500 is next, new all-time high soon. He looks like he might be right here, folks. This thing has so much momentum. There's so much buying, and that could be the price point that maybe it hits its rejection point once again in the short term, a local top, before pulling back, building support levels, and then working its way up. Now, I was thinking the local top would have been 50K, and then we pull back to 35K. Obviously, Bitcoin is overextended right now. It's going higher than anticipated. I don't think anyone saw this coming, especially ahead of the halving. So if it were to hit 72,500 and then pull back, it could find support at around 50K or 60K. And that would be healthy. That would be normal. So just please understand. But look, Bitcoin could surprise everybody and just go do whatever the hell it wants and go to $100,000. So have your plan. If you're planning to take profits, at 90K, 100K like I am, make sure you have that plan written down and stick to it. Obviously not financial advice. I'm just saying avoid the emotional roller coaster, right? Like, oh my God, what if it goes higher? What if I miss out on higher gains? As long as you're making money, certainly that is the goal. And you can never call a top, folks. No one has a crystal ball, so you have to stick to your plan and take your profits. So incredible what is taking place. And if we look at Google Trends, we start to see that retail interest is starting to pick up again. Here you can see Bitcoin searches in Google are starting to pick up, and that's an indication retail is coming back in. So that could be an indication of a local top coming in. But the ETFs continue to vacuum and suck all the Bitcoin out of the market. Here, Eric Balchunas, who I recently had on the podcast of Bloomberg, said the 10 Bitcoin ETFs, a virtual lock to clock their second biggest volume day today. So looks like the big bump up in trading activity last week was more the new normal than an anomaly. So I've been saying this thing is not going to slow down. It's only going to get bigger because the RIAs and wealth managers are being educated right now. And that's a process, right? The marketing is taking place. So BlackRock, Fidelity, Wisdom Tree, everybody's going to be marketing this to RIAs. Hey, come buy our ETFs. Put your clients' funds in our ETFs. So we are really in the early innings here. Here, Eric continues. He says, confirmed. Today was the second biggest volume day for the 10 at about $5.5 billion. IBIT alone did $2.4 billion of it and has crossed $11 billion in AUM. Each of them is up over 30% in 6 days, which will probably help keep flow ball rolling, getting a bit of Arcmania deja vu. Folks, this is incredible. And I've been here for multiple bull market cycles. I have not seen anything like this. especially this early before the Bitcoin halving. Something is different this cycle. I know the cliche thing is this time is different, and I'm not ready to say this time is different. I'm going to wait a little bit, but I would say we are seeing from a micro standpoint, not the full macro, because I need to see the entire bull market, but from a micro, in this period of time, something is different. Incredible, incredible stuff. Here's some thoughts from some folks on Twitter X, which I agree with. James Lavish said, and the verdict is the Bitcoin ETFs were in fact not priced in. Some people were trying to say, oh, they're priced in, but clearly not priced in. Haley Lennon, who we'll actually have on the podcast this week, said Bitcoin almost back at all-time highs. Gemini earned users getting back Bitcoin in kind. SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, sentencing later this month, halving next month. Nature is healing. So all good news around. We of course talked about the Gemini news last week, and Bitcoin so close to breaking the all-time highs. It could do it tonight, folks. It could absolutely do it tonight with the momentum it has. It's so close. Oh man, I might not get any sleep tonight. It's just exciting to watch this stuff. Incredible, incredible. Now let's take a look at the top social media trending coins here, and let me refresh the chart so I give you guys the most relevant data. This was updated 35 minutes ago. With no surprise, Bitcoin is leading with a high positive sentiment. The meme coins are still showing up here. Shiba Inu at number 2 with strong positive sentiment. Phantom at number 3. Dog with hat. This thing cracks me up that these meme coins are out here. Number 4, Floki, another meme coin at 5. Solana at 6. Litecoin still showing up at 7. Bitcoin Cash, boo, I hate that. At 8. Polkadot at 9, and Veracity at 10. So those are your top trending tokens. Overall, they have positive sentiment, good neutral sentiment. And look, there's some negative as well, but the positive vastly outweigh the negative here. Now, some other interesting ETF news, folks, and this is a filing from BlackRock filed with the SEC. So Macroscope reported Wall Street firms continue to file for Bitcoin ETF exposure in their in-house investment funds. You're going to see a lot of this in the coming months. After the close of the trading today, BlackRock filed with the SEC for its Strategic Income Opportunities portfolio. Here's a quote from the filing. The fund may require shares in exchange-traded products, ETPs, that seek to reflect generally the performance of the price of Bitcoin by directly holding Bitcoin ETPs, including shares of a Bitcoin ETP sponsored by an affiliate of BlackRock. Folks, there's more to come. I keep telling you all, we are in the early innings. They're going to market the hell out of this to the masses, educate the RIAs and wealth managers, and build additional supplemental products around the ETFs. and just remember, this is only Bitcoin. Wait till the Ethereum ETF and the other altcoins come around. Now, some of you are going to say, hey, today the SEC delayed the Ethereum ETF. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Gary's going to delay. We know that. We're going to talk about it. But eventually, you're going to have altcoin baskets and different altcoin ETFs and different products. Tons of capital is going to flow in. It's incredible what's happening. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is BitGo. BitGo is one of the top crypto custodian and wallet services out there, folks. They're headed up by Mike Belshi, who's a Web 1.0 and 2.0 legend. And BitGo has survived many bear markets. They are being used by many of the top firms in the industry. They are also custodying some of the Bitcoin ETFs. Some of their clients include Pantera Capital, that's Dan Moorhead, Bitstamp, the exchange, Bitcoin IRA, Maple Finance, and Rain, and much more. I am a big fan of BitGo, once again, because they are fully insured. They have multiple security layers, and I've interviewed Mike Belshi many times. I'm sure many of you have seen that interview. Some of their features include hot wallets, custodial wallets, self-managed co-wallets, NFT wallets, and much more. This is a tier 1 custodial service, folks. If you'd like to learn more, visit bitgo.com. Link will be in the description. All right, the SEC and scumbag regulator Gary Gensler have delayed the BlackRock Ethereum ETF proposal again. The report says the delay was expected, putting a May decision on potential ETH ETFs in focus. So this could be a delay to push it to May, where the SEC approves multiple Ethereum ETFs. But we're dealing with a scumbag regulator, so we can't trust them. We have to watch this closely and see what he comes out and says. Remember, this is the guy before Congress who can't say if Ethereum is a security or not. Remember that hearing with Patrick McHenry, folks? So we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do. And if at that May 23rd date, they approve all the Ethereum ETFs, that would be incredibly bullish, obviously. But I am not betting on Gary Gensler to do that. I'm 50-50. I think he may delay this thing and take it to court, or look, maybe he surprises us because Elizabeth Warren is on the losing side. She's got John Deaton coming after her. She's losing the narrative. And it's an election year, and Biden may need some votes because Gensler and Elizabeth Warren are Democrats. So we have to understand that dynamic, the macro dynamic from a political standpoint. So interesting times ahead. Now, some not so good news. New ruling in the SEC's Coinbase insider trading lawsuit comes as a blow to the crypto industry as judge finds secondary token sales were securities. Now, remember in the Ripple lawsuit, Judge Torres ruled that secondary sales of XRP, and obviously this is case law for the entire industry, are not securities because you can go buy tokens on an exchange, but you don't know who the founder or who's building the project. You don't know any of that. You can buy a bunch of them, right? You can buy a basket. You can say, I want to buy the top 10 or the top 5. So I absolutely agree with that. And the majority of the industry believe in that logic, and it makes common sense. However, this judge ruled differently, and here Prosperity Fund gave the summary of what took place here, saying, breaking, another district court judge rules secondary sales of crypto on exchanges are securities, similar to the library ruling and not like Ripple XRP ruling. Conclusion, SEC will not settle XRP case with Ripple, at least until the second court or second circuit possibly rules in Ripple's favor, and unlike other judges cited above. Prepare for the long road ahead with uncertainty and possible overruling of either the SEC or Ripple. So, folks, XRP does have the clarity, and I agree with that, but I will always keep it real with you. I'm not here to lie and to get clicks and views. I'm not here to tell you conspiracy theories and nice stories. Let's look at the facts. XRP has the clarity. It has been relisted on exchanges, and it has the clear pathway, the runway to have the liquidity flow from Bitcoin down to XRP and other altcoins so that it takes off. I put my money where my mouth is. I tweeted and I told you guys I bought XRP at 55 cents to swing trade it to $1.35. That may not happen. That's not a guarantee, right? But that's my investment strategy. I'm swing trading it. I also have an XRP long-term hold bag. So I believe, XRP will see some momentum. However, this case is not over, and that could bring some hesitation from certain institutional investors to hold off because they're going to see stuff like this and say, what if some cold water gets poured on this when we are trying to make a big bet, right? So this is why you diversify. Don't be an XRP maximalist. Don't be a Bitcoin maximalist. Don't be an Ethereum maximalist. Diversify. This way, if one of your horses that you're betting on doesn't do well, you have the others that can make you money. Folks, that's the cold, hard truth. That is investing, not conspiracy theories, not things that make you feel nice and nice fairy tales and this and that and whatever. What are the charts telling you and what is happening in the world? Reality of things, right? You got to look at these things from a realistic standpoint and not some sort of motivational speech. I'm saying these things because I don't want people to get wrecked, right? They put all their eggs in one basket, and I see a lot of XRP holders have been complaining like, hey, XRP is not moving. And I'm like, guys, but Bitcoin's moving and Ethereum's moving and other coins are moving. So are you not diversified? Are you putting all your money in one token? That's not smart. So you got to diversify, and the goal here is to make some money. It's not fairy tales and nice stories and make you feel well. That's not going to help you get financial freedom. So please, I hope those of you listening understand where I'm coming from. I am bullish on XRP. Make no mistake about it, but I have to be realistic. I always tell you guys, look at it holistically, not from one tunnel vision view. Holistically, what is the bullish? What is the bearish scenario? What are the facts? What is the charts telling us? So please understand that. But TLDR, I think XRP is fine. unless there's some bad ruling coming in the months ahead. But I'm putting my money where my mouth is and taking that bet, folks. So we'll see how things play out. Now, this week is going to be big for crypto in Congress. Ron Hammond of the Blockchain Association gave a summary. He said, busy week in DC with the Fed Chair Jerome Powell in front of the House and Senate, CFTC Chair Benham in front of the House, Super Tuesday tomorrow, and President Biden delivering his State of the Union. Lots of angles for crypto, so here's what to watch. He said, one, Powell in front of the Financial Committee, the House Financial Services Committee on Wednesday, and Senate Banking on Thursday. While the broad economy will be the focus, stablecoins will likely come up. There hasn't been much public progress on the bipartisan House stablecoin bill, and reports indicate the Fed is a holdup. It has been 3 years since the Presidential Working Group on Stablecoins called for legislation, and while the House moved on a bipartisan proposal in July 2023, the Senate hasn't gotten as far. SEC Yellen doubled down last month that Congress needs to act here. So many of you saw Janet Yellen said, Congress needs to pass regulations for the crypto market as well as stablecoins. Number four, CFTC Chairman Benham will be in front of the House Agricultural GOP on Wednesday. This gives 7 months after the committee unanimously voted to advance the market structure bill. Like stables, that bill has also stalled, and regulators like Yellen and Benham are asking for Congress to act soon. 5, President Biden will deliver the State of Union on Thursday, and some initial reports indicate AI and tech policy will be mentioned. Unclear if that means crypto as well, especially with the bull run grabbing major headlines, but emerging tech issues will be something to watch. Folks, if Biden mentions AI and crypto in that speech, that's going to be really bullish, right? Because it means it can't be ignored anymore. They have to work towards some sort of legislation and get things going. Here, lastly, Super Tuesday is upon us. I have to admit, the amount crypto has come up in both congressional and presidential races have been shocking. A lot of that can be attributed to organizations like Stand With Crypto, that's Coinbase's initiative. You also have the Cedar Innovation Fund, the Blockchain Coalition, and others. The surge in pro-crypto candidates vying for office is unprecedented, far surpassing previous years. Just a short while ago, only Andrew Yang and Mike Bloomberg included crypto in their policy priorities. However, this cycle, the regulation of crypto became a debate topic. Some claim there is an anti-crypto army, but at least for this election cycle, there is a large cohort of incumbents and candidates from all over the political spectrum, including pro-crypto messaging throughout their campaign. Really haven't seen the same for anti-crypto. AKA Elizabeth Warren is by herself. It's her and Gary Gensler is the anti-crypto army, right? There's nobody supporting her there. The only thing she has going for her is that she has control in the Senate because the Democrats are in power, and she's got a lot of money, right? And she's got scumbag regulator Gary Gensler in her back pocket. That's all she's got going for her. But from the voters and from the political candidates and the industry and what people think generally in the market, they're not in alignment with her. So incredible stuff. Here, Eleanor Terrett will be interviewing this week, a reporter at Fox Business. She also covered this, talking about the first real test for crypto in the 2024 election cycle. And she highlighted all the money that's being raised by the crypto industry, that super PAC. That is what Elizabeth Warren is afraid. Some of that money is going to go to John Deaton. They have raised so far $90 million in the first quarter of 2024 to support various pro-crypto candidates. Incredible, folks. Incredible what's happening. We're on the winning side of history, and while we are facing different hurdles and challenges from the likes of corrupt Elizabeth Warren and scumbag regulator Gary Gensler, we've seen historically disruptive technology will win. It's as we've talked about in the past. First, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. So, folks, exciting times. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart here just to refresh. Has Bitcoin gone higher? It's still holding strong over 68,000. Might break 69 tonight. And then, touching that all-time high and just create a new all-time high. It's incredible what's happening. All right, folks, thank you for watching and listening. Don't forget to check out our other sponsor, and that is Uphold, a great place to buy your Bitcoin and altcoins. You can also trade precious metals like gold, silver, palladium, platinum. They are secure. I've been using them since 2018. They have proof of reserves and much more. Link will be in the description. Folks, thank you for watching and listening. Great way to support the podcast. Subscribe to the free email newsletter on Substack, link in the description. Follow me on all social platforms. That includes Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter X, and much more. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you all later.